welcome to another episode of Bear Talks. My name is Linda E, and we are joined by a couple of friends today. Whoa.
Big up yourself.
We got Naomi.
I'm in the house, excited to be here. Bear Talks to them, you know what I'm saying?
And we got Ryan.
Bear things and bear talks.
And we got a couple of our regular familiar faces as well.
Hi, it's Marissa.
Yeah, Solly, you know me.
Alright guys, we're going to kick things off today with a real quick topic. Yeah, it's going to be a random one. But peanut butter or jelly on your sandwiches?
Has anyone even had that? Because I've never even tasted it. I can't even tell you.
It's more of an American thing, you know, but every now and again you come across someone in the UK like this, like, yeah, you want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
Who the hell asked
Who?
that?
Never
Have
in
you
my
had
life.
peanut butter and jelly sandwiches?
I've tried it, but I don't like
It
it.
just sounds like a thing. I hate
Stop
peanut
lying.
butter.
No, it's
I hate peanut butter
Okay,
anyway.
so what?
He's a liar. It'll be peanut butter and jam.
What flavour?
yeah, exactly. It's jam. Sorry, it's not jelly, it's jam.
It's
It's
jam.
jam. Sorry, jam.
Oh, okay.
That's- that is
Sounds
in
like
the
actual
US.
jelly.
No.
The one you used to get in
It's
primary
jam.
school.
Yeah. I forgot.
Jam.
So is that a no from
Strawberry,
everyone?
but either way, strawberry jam and peanut butter, like, I don't make no sense.
Things
Yeah,
I'd rather have jam. I don't like peanut butter.
Personally,
Together,
I couldn't.
babes, I can't.
I know, but it's
No,
American. food. Love
I've
it.
tried Nutella, chocolate Nutella and peanut butter.
Why are you
That's
doing
a
that?
mood.
Yeah,
That's a mood.
that's a
Hey,
mix.
I hate
that's
peanut
banging.
butter.
That's banging.
It's a mix.
But the
Oh,
whole
peanut
peanut
butter is
butter and jelly
disgusting.
thing is a bit like, oh, like it's, when you try it, it's like, nah,
Your
man.
mouth's just
The
You
dry.
like the
texture's
crunch? You
just
like the
not right.
crunch?
You say you're really jumping now.
It just sounds like a very disgusting
Yeah,
mix.
it's not me.
I don't know
Americans, if that's what you like, then that's fine, isn't it? But
Sorry,
Eat-
but
their
they got,
eating habits are
they got
crazy
the highest
anyway.
rate of obesity. So just
And
putting
Jamie
that out
Oliver's
there.
here trying to control our diets. Like, he needs to go to America.
alright, guys. So next question: what would you do if you found out that your child was in a gang?
All right. Come back to me in a second.
You took that real quick,
Yeah,
innit?
I was-
I'm ready for it.
Just proper kind of like trying to process it, but you have to come back to me. I need to process that just right now.
The only gang my child can be in is guiding a new generation.
Yes.
Amen, boy.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
it, because my child will never be in a gang. I'm just putting it out there. Yeah? He knows what he will get. Yeah? Just putting it out there.
But that being said, a lot of children who are in gangs have parents that are traditional
Yeah.
and are religious or spiritual
Yeah.
and don't condone their behavior, and they would, get 1 2 2 beats, 1 2 2 licks,
Yeah.
but they are still in these gangs. So really, honestly, what would you do if that was your child? Because
I'd
I'd
go
probably
out
send them back.
on the road, to be honest.
Oh,
I would go wherever my child is at, and I'm. If they don't want me to be, what's the word?
chaperone,
Chaperoning, shadowing them.
shadowing,
Yeah.
assisting.
Then they need to show me otherwise.
Alright. Like, basically, I ain't got no kids, but what if, like, these kids that are in gangs now, yeah? As you said, their parents are traditional, got culture, religion, all of that, but the parents are not at home, yeah? They're always working, like, their parents go out at, like, 6 in the morning, come back at, like, midnight. You don't get to, well, you might see them briefly, like, in passing in the week, or, like, that you might see them, like, for, like, an hour on the weekend or something. What do you do then? Like, you're working all the time. You said you'd be chaperoning your kids about. How you gonna do that when you're not about? So what's the kid supposed to do? Like, when these kids are being enticed by these people in nice cars that might come to their school and things, or like they're on the block, how do you deal with that when you're not there? Like, when both
I think if
both
I want to
parents
answer
as
quite
well.
practically, the best thing to really do is just build a relationship with your kids where you can have conversations with them. Because not that necessarily I was in a gang when I was younger, but it's so easy to be affiliated or to just be involved in the culture itself. And there's not much you can do to necessarily physically take them away from those situations. So just being around or having conversations where you understand what they're doing, obviously as much as you can take them away from dangerous situations, but I don't know, like, you kind of have to just be there by their side whilst they go through the journey, if that makes sense. yeah, just try and get them as removed as possible. Obviously, tell them the dangers, but you can't. I don't know. It depends how involved we're talking about being in gangs.
So,
There's
but
different
how about
levels
this?
of gang culture as
But
well.
how about
like,
this? Realistically, because the question still stands, what would you do if your child was in a gang?
Wow.
Realistically, how about sending that child back to your home country?
All right, so people like me, it's a bit difficult. Just putting it out there.
No, but you know what I mean?
That's
I'm
what
British born to British children, to British parents.
Do you know what? I don't know if that's what I would do. So, am I going? I'm definitely not. To be honest, no. I love that.
They shit them up, you
But
know.
no, but here's the thing.
my mum tried to do that to my sister when she was misbehaving though.
So did it
I'm
work?
not putting out her business.
What
sorry. But no, my mum used to threaten me all the time. If you continue to misbehave, I'll send you back home. Like,
Where is her, mate?
but that was nothing to do with gangs. Just in terms of
Where
bad
is her?
behaviour.
Where is her?
Like-
Congo.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
I got sent.
Personally, I would make sure. I hear what you're saying about not being there, but when I can be there, I'm going to be there. Because really, what kind of active role do you play in your child's life? Innit? And that's what it really boils down to. If the child comes from you, then you play a role. That's how they know what to do in regards to like,
Okay,
just functioning.
so what if you spend as much time as possible with your child every second that you get, but your child is still on that road life? Do you not think sending your child back to your country of origin may help deter them from continuing that kind of behaviour?
But that's why I'm asking how the level at which they're involved.
As in they are trapping.
like they're trapping.
You see
Trapping
me?
a
See,
bando.
like,
you know what I would
let's be
do?
real, yeah. Like, it don't matter if like you send your kid back home, yeah. If they're gonna be that way when they come back, they're still gonna.
Well, they'll
be
start a gang
trapping.
out there.
They'll still be
But
doing
that's
that.
it.
It's true.
It's like wherever they go, they have to adapt to wherever. So you might think that you're sending them into somewhere that is, say, better or worse, but then it's up to them how they deal with it. Like, and remember, I think a lot of the culture of hair, it's a bit what's the word? It's discussionable because it's not the same in other parts of the world. The culture is much different, so it's all about how you can adapt to the culture that is ever present wherever you are. Right?
But do you know what I would do? I would set up an intervention.
Okay.
Now, that's the first thing that I will think about because I'm British born. My parents are British born. So, I'm not sending my child to Jamaica or Grenada, to be honest. Like, I will sit down, I'll get my two brothers, my eldest brothers, my dad, my son's dad, uncles, couple aunties, sit them down and let them all talk to him. And obviously it could be a girl as well, even my daughter. Like it could be a male, you know what I mean?
It's not just a male.
Exactly,
male
it's
that
not just
can
a
join
yeah,
gang.
exactly. So
Yeah,
I would
females
just
join as well.
set up an intervention and get different views on, you know, get everyone's opinions.
So we have chaperoning.
Yeah,
We have
fully.
potentially sending back home. We've got intervention.
Oh, I'm building a relationship.
You're building a
Yeah,
relationship.
you have to just talk about it and
Conversate.
you can't force no one to do anything because I'm thinking about myself back in the day. There's things that we do that we don't agree with, we don't understand. Like no one can force you. You can only talk to your child and tell them what you're doing is wrong, and hopefully, you know, you're able to kind of like guide them into something that you feel like they can trust you to be safe for them. If not, they're gonna do what they want to do.
Yeah,
True.
that
Unless
is
you're gonna
true,
disown
true,
your
true.
child, like that. Do you know
Well,
what I mean?
Ollie, you haven't told us what he's going to do yet. Is it disownment?
To be honest, yeah, like I'm a product of two cultures. Like I'm British, born here, raised there, but I got sent back.
Oh, so you're okay.
You're one of them ones.
Let's
You're
get your
one of them
bad
ones.
Experience.
So
You got
know,
sent back,
like,
man.
you know, like I don't know, like I don't have kids yet, so it's one where I have to think about that hard. Like I can only go by experience and what I've seen. Like sending your kids back home don't necessarily help the situation. So it's one of them where you can, in my opinion, just talk to the person and basically if they're that aware and that conscious about gangs and thinking about it, or they're in a gang, then you can only talk to them at this point, I think. But me, obviously, like I don't care what British culture states here, like, you know, like a slipper or a cable.
I knew he was gonna say, I'm gonna whoop that ass.
I mean, like, just like anything might come that kid's way. You know what I mean? Like, pow!
Beat him out that gang, boy.
You know, so
in front of the gang, so they're saying him like, you know, you have to embarrass that child in front of that gang, like.
That's where I was raised. Like,
to make all the other children get shook as well, man.
Literally.
Like,
It was in this country it weren't that bad, but in Nigeria, man, oh my god,
You get hit by a car, boy.
By a car, she said. Don't finish me.
But you know,
I'm sad. That's so funny.
But as you were saying that,
Run over.
Ollie, like, what do you think, based on what you just said, like, there are a lot of young people in this country doing the badders on road and getting deported.
Yeah.
Like, back to a country that they don't even know.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Do you know what I mean? So, what do you think of that? Because I know someone in my family, one of my in-laws, who done something, got in a little bit of trouble with the law, and the first thing that the courts decided to do was deport him, and he hasn't been to his parents' country since he was 2 months old. He has no idea about this country. Like, what do you think about that?
That's luckily for me, like, I was still
Sticky one still.
I was still young. It's a bit tricky because depending on like how your family is over in that country, it could be a blessing or it could be a very bad thing. Because if you don't have a very solid, strong family over there, then you're gonna have a problem. That's the honest fact of the matter. You have to have a solid family over there. Like in my case, like, thank God, like, my dad did the right thing, even though I didn't agree with him sending me at the time. But as a fully grown man now, I know my culture, I know where my parents come from, you know, so I can go there as and when I feel like it. My family's doors
So you
are
feel
open.
comfortable there. You know what you want to get into.
Yeah,
basically.
like my family makes me comfortable knowing I've got a strong family over there. I can go, like, there's a new city over there, like I can go party anytime I want, and like I know my fans there. Like it's just like one time, but it's not like that for everyone, and that's the problem with this whole immigration thing, how they're just kicking people out of the country.
That's gonna go to our next topic. Should we just break that down now?
Yeah.
All right. So, currently, immigration laws, let's say, are tightening up here in the UK. There's been a recent situation where a guy that I know, and I think a lot of us here know, a guy by the name of Hillary, is facing being sent back to his country due to a law change where basically if anyone who doesn't have a British passport or is a British national has been in prison for more than 12 months, they, by the name of the law, will get deported back to their quote-unquote home country. Now, in Hillary's situation, he has a wife and kids, and he literally was, I think he did 15 months of a sentence based on some kind of tax issue. So it wasn't as though he had physically been violent to anyone, or anything of that detriment, and he's being sent back.
Could have been a mistake.
What are your thoughts though?
He went to my school. Like I know Hillary, and he's a upstanding member of this community. I didn't know about anything about the tax invasion, but I feel that there's people doing some serious criminal activity in this country, and they have the right to remain. And I don't think it's fair.
That's an interesting thing you just said. So let's say someone has committed rape and murder.
They need to get sent back.
Okay, so then depending
Send
on
them
what
back to their country.
okay, so then depending on what crime they've committed,
Yes.
they do deserve to get sent back.
Yes.
But what if you mentioned earlier? But what if they don't know their family in that country?
I think
What
they're
if-
business.
So what?
I agree completely, and I feel like you have to also take like their situation into account. Like, he's got a wife and kids in this family. Like, he raises a family in this community, in this country. That's all they know. Like, you can't just take a father away from. But you know, I'm not even going to get into the whole systematic thing, you know, because they want to. This is what they want to break down our families. Like, don't even get me started. I'm going to get all up in my feelings. It's too much. Like, it's all. It's just part of the cycle. Like, they're just, you know, we see you, bruv. That's what I have to say.